Hello, my Teaserking family. How is everybody today? Let's see. Hello, my Teaserking family. How is everybody today? I am fine. Sorry, I had some stuff to do at the library. Uh, just a second. Okay. So, I have an interview on Thursday. Oh, I just missed it. Had an interview on Thursday I'm preparing for. Funny thing with interviews now is you don't know what to wear um, dress code wise. So I'm asking the recruiter, do I wear a suit? You used to always wear a suit. Now you don't even wear a tie. And I don't know if you need a dress shirt or if you need a dress shirt or just a polo. I mean, because at work you wear jeans and a polo every day. So I don't know what I'll wear. It's close to home, maybe 10 minutes away. Um, and That's about it. Finance. It's a dual role. It's senior financial analyst, and then it's kind of like slash like fixed asset accountant, where you're going to keep track of some of the depreciation and some of the other stuff. Which I don't want to get caught, so I'm kind of trying to verify that I'll get trained, because some of these companies don't train you, and you're like, I don't know how to do this. This isn't senior level. This is beginning level, and I'm past that. So it's like I analyze financial statements. I don't know how to do them from scratch, but I know how once it's done to read them. So we will see. I'll give a good interview. I always do. I'm confident. I'm stoic, so that helps me. Um, and we'll see. So they need somebody. They like me. We'll see what happens. Anyway, um, let's look at gold and silver, and then we'll get into baseball. So gold is at 28.92.14. It's gotten up to 28.97. Again, this is paper gold, not physical. And again, that 10 o'clock drop. So we had a 2 a.m. drop from 23.86 down to 23.65, and then nothing up and down 10 points. And then the 10 o'clock drop today wasn't so bad. It went from 23.76 to 23.67. It only dropped 9-10 points. And then right after, everybody's waiting for it, then it shoots up. So what's happening now, everybody realizes it's 10 o'clock drop. So they're going to buy right after. So they bought about 10:30. And it's gone all the way up to 23.97. Now it did go to 24.14 last week, so I'm expecting 24 by the end of the day. And you can see how in the afternoon it's all positive, because the 10 o'clock and the 2 o'clock are bullshit. They're not. It's not profit taking. It's that's why I heard Alligator, and he's talking about how the market is volatile. And I'm like, this is not a volatile market. The market is very strong up. The fix knocks it down. Well, that's not volatile. Volatile is when people are buying and people are selling, not when it's fixed. The fix down is not volatility. It's the fix. And then when it goes, now it's all, you can see very little volatility, maybe from 23.97 to 23.83, and then back to 27.92. Meanwhile, silver if we look at the silver chart, it's a little different today. It got hammered at 2 o'clock. It got hammered from 28.86 down to 28.30. And then it went up and down. And then at 28.44 and at 10 o'clock, it went down to 28.02. And now it's climbing its way back to 28.30. This is done on purpose, and this is the difference. So the paper gold, what's changed is it's a tier 1 asset, which means it's just like treasuries, and it's Basel III compliant, which means if you do a derivative and somebody wants to buy it, you have to sell it to them. Where before it just stayed in the banking system. So now they have to sell it. So they're not as likely to drown it, because if they don't have the gold, they got to sell it. They can't sell it. Silver, they don't have to. Silver, they can do the derivative and then not sell it and keep it in the banking system, or casino, as Mark McGuire calls it. And basically that's why it's got a harder time for silver. I mean, the price fix was like, $25, but it doesn't, or it was 50 cents, let's say, but it doesn't move up like gold does. So that's why, yes, silver is, way undervalued and will go up dramatically, but they're keeping the price down low when I don't know why. Gold is money. So I can see you don't want the competition for the dollar. We'll keep you in gold. However, I don't understand silver being kept down. There's huge demand for it, and yet you're keeping it low. Why? I guess so people can buy it. People who need it for the solar panel and computers, and the material use can keep it low so they can keep buying it. I guess, I don't know. Otherwise, there's no reason for it. China and India have been tremendous buyers. They can't even find it, and yet the price stays low. So this is totally inaccurate of a real market. Silver, gold's a little bit more like a real market. We just got to get rid of those derivatives, which, again, today at 10 o'clock, it didn't do much, $8-9, and then it immediately went up to the high of the day. So hard to really say there. But gold, you're not going to get the kill. See, like I said yesterday, what did it do? The low was like 23.65 and 23.70, and then it shot back up. Tomorrow, the low will be 23.90, and it'll go into the 24s, and it'll just keep doing that. So the central banks can try to, it hits the magic number of 24, and they can crush it. But we've gone over 24, just like silver went to 29. But the Fed didn't like that, and they are doing they're just cheating, basically. But this is paper gold, not physical. So if you don't understand it, there's two different things. There's pricing in derivatives, which is bullshit, and there's pricing when you buy the actual coins, the silver coins and bars, as I tell you to do. That doesn't have a price, if you can believe that. What kind of fucked up market is it that you don't have a price on the physical gold and silver, only this paper derivative bullshit price? So we know the price of physical is probably at least 5 times higher than this, because you can see the derivatives drop the price, but it's not the market. So the demand isn't dropping it, or lack of. The demand's huge. So the price should be much, much higher, keep going up and up and up. So I don't know. It's just such bullshit, but we know it's fixed, and we know it's the paper price, and the physical is more. And with what's happening in BRICS and now Zimbabwe and the rest of Africa, look for this price to go to the moon, because they're going to want more gold, because you can only print as many dollars as the value of your gold. So if you have $1 billion worth of gold, you can print $1 billion, but no more. So you want more gold, so you can print $5 billion. But the difference is it won't be inflation, because it's backed by gold. The dollars, the $35 trillion debt, the 20 trillion that we've printed here, and the 130 trillion that's outside the US is all inflation, because you're just printing paper like toilet paper, right? And that's one problem. But if it's backed by gold, there is no inflation. That's why there's never been a war with gold, and you never have big inflation. The depression happened because the central bank printed the money. All the crashes happened because the central bank printed the money all over the world. France and England, and that's why everybody's bankrupt. Is the stupid wars. So I really don't get the point of the war. Why do you kill people for money? I mean, is that what you did? Not good. Hey, Real D, Major League Baseball picks coming up, sir. Just want to get the goal out of the way. I don't think there's not a game till 6:00, so I'll be doing it real quick. So anyway, I saw something on Gaddafi, and it was really sad. They killed him because he wanted to have a gold standard. He had already was rich off the gold. They had a pipeline to the desert where they were going to feed everybody and have water run out to them. And the U.S. blows it up, or NATO. They blow it up. They blow him up because he wants to have a gold-backed currency. And the U.S. can't compete with their paper bullshit. So instead of competing, they kill everybody in Libya and keep them poor and keep the rest of Africa poor. And it's all done to the U.S. and France. And it's really a shame. It's terrible. It's not how you do business. Well, we're going to lose this football game. Let's kill the other team. It's just amazing. And all he wanted to do, he had free education. He had free hospitals if you were sick. If you were sick and needed another doctor, he would fly you there and pay for it. So you had free education through college and free healthcare because of the gold, right? And so let's kill him and let's kill all that. Unbelievable how sick these people are in the government, in the U.S. government, because they're the ones who did it with NATO. It's really a sick bunch of people that you just got to be embarrassed to be an American, having these type of people in charge, killing all these Africans. It's just disgusting. So I watched it. It's here. I watched it yesterday. It's this one here. American angry as Russian leaks it, but it was all about her killing him and all his people. It's absolutely disgusting. And I don't know. Watch it before you eat, not after. I don't really want to show it here. I could, but I won't right now. But it's just hideous. Anyway, so that's part of the problem in the world. People that want to have gold and all the minerals and everything in Africa is mineral rich. And the U.S. and France, some other NATO countries are keeping them poor. That's bullshit. That's the same thing as gold, keeping the price down. Yeah, we can't compete with it, so let's keep the price down, and we'll print all these derivatives because we got all this money that's worthless anyway, and it knocks the price down, and then people aren't interested because, the price doesn't go anywhere. Well, it's the paper price, so you have to understand that's paper, not the physical gold price. There isn't a physical gold price. So we go and buy it because we know the physical gold's worth much more than the paper gold. And that's why I get at Alligator. He says, well, it's very volatile. It isn't volatile. It's price fixed. And when it's not price fixed, it's a very straight line up. Then they come in and price fix it down like they think we're all idiots, that we don't know that. But that's what paper gold is. So when I go into my coin store and I tell him about paper gold, he sits there and he says, you're the only one that brings it up. And I go, that's the problem. Everybody looks at COMEX thinking it's physical, and it's not. And you can't find one, but that's what BRICS are going to bring to the table, a physical price. which is why we'll start with a zero, with another zero after the 2390. It'll be 23,090. Um, and just the whole world is going to realize that you've got to be in gold because none of the currencies are any good. So the bricks, the pound, or not the brick, the pound, the euro, the Swiss franc, they're all gone. So they realize that. And once they'll look around and the only exit is gold. Hence, that's why we call it the Titanic. Is you got to get off the paper. You got to get off the paper dollar products, and the only lifeboat is gold and silver. So that's why I like the Titanic. But don't sell it. Don't profit take it and get back on the Titanic. Stay off the Titanic. There'll be other paper currencies coming, and the BRICS, for one, in Zimbabwe, gold-backed currencies, where that I would sell my gold to get gold-backed currencies, but that's it. Anyway, that's kind of what we're looking at. So I'll get back to this, but anyway, it's when you got a bunch of idiots in charge and they start killing people. Why is this Ukraine war? They're killing 600,000 Ukraine people. Like, for what? You're not attacking Russia. Daria's daughter they had a bomb threat in the school in St. Pete, not in Moscow. So I don't know what they're trying to do there, scare them or what. But she said she was scared, and then when they realized that there was no more school, they were all happy. Yeah, good, we're out of school. Pretty funny. All right. So you want baseball picks? All right. 2393 and 2829. So silver, you're going to be stuck there for a while. Gold, you're going through the roof. So that's why I say buy gold. Now, if you buy silver, the idea is to sell the silver for gold, but this is ridiculous. This is going on 100 times, which is it's supposed to be 10. So just hold on to your silver. It'll be there. That's why I don't understand buying the cheap silver or whatever they call it. Like, it ain't going anywhere right now, and you got to prove it's silver. The mercury dimes maybe, but the quarters and the halves, I mean, you don't know if it's silver. Another good move by getting rid of the silver out of the coins, a surefire way to ruin your economy. All right, Real D wants baseball. And let's see what's going on. So one game going on, Detroit 3, Texas 2. Yeah, two really good pitchers going today. They're in the bottom of the eighth. I didn't play it. It was probably an underplay. Detroit doesn't hit. Texas hits a lot, so it gets scary there. Anyway, 4-2 Detroit, bottom of the eighth. I don't know what the total. Okay. Minnesota, Baltimore. This is 6:35. I love this. Philly game is 6:40. Okay. And then Tampa 6:50, then 7:07, and then 7:10. I mean, what the fuck are they doing? Start the games at 7, boys. All right. The Twins 6-9 against Baltimore 10-6. Baltimore, very good team. -160. Chris Paddock 0-0, 415 for Minnesota. Grayson Rodriguez 2-0 with a 2.50 for Baltimore. So let's start with Baltimore here. So let's go Baltimore. This is 416. It's funny, I didn't get my check this morning, my unemployment check. I mean, I'd file it Monday and I'd get it Tuesday. And I looked and it wasn't in the bank. And I'm start like, where the fuck's my money? And so I go into my unemployment and it shows a 4/17 date. When it was 4/2, I got paid 4/2. But for whatever reason, they didn't pay it today. They're paying it tomorrow. Okay, fine. I won't get excited till tomorrow, but I'm sure I'll get it tomorrow because I already got the first one, and that's always the critical. Okay, everything's working. You got my Reddit account. that's fine. So um, we should be okay. But it's scary. Like, where's my money? Because I'm counting on it to pay some of the gold I bought. I was like, well, okay, I get unemployment, so I'm going to do that. So of course, now that I got unemployment, now of course I'm getting. I got this interview Thursday, and I've been applied to an electricity company downtown next to the casino. So I figured, yeah, on lunch I'll go play poker at MGM or after work. It'd be pretty funny. But anyway, so I'm starting to get prospects on work as I do the unemployment. This a 5 unit play. All right, Colorado, Philly. Colorado stinks. 4-13. Philly 9-8. It's at Philadelphia, so Colorado isn't going to get the assist of the light air. Philly's a huge favorite, 250. Austin Gomer 0-0 with the 4.91 against Rangers. Suarez 2-0 is 5. So yesterday, let's do that. I hit Baltimore. I hit Texas. I lose Philly was the 5-star. I lose Frisco or Philly over 9. What was the Philly score? Let's see, Philly won 2-1. Uh, Frisco over 8.5. I lost, but I hit the Tampa over 8.5. That was the other 5-star. So Philly and Tampa over. Philly over lost. Tampa over wins. The Yankees over loses. Pittsburgh loses. Kansas City wins. Milwaukee, Houston's over. So even, but the two key picks go even money. But it's similar to today. So Baltimore, I like. Yeah, yeah. Let's play 5-star on that one. Texas beats Detroit 1-0. Philly beats Colorado only 2-1. It was amazing. The pitcher was like a 6 or 7 ERA, and they only scored 2 runs on him. So you scratch your head in 10 innings. Frisco and Miami. Frisco wins 4-3. We have Frisco over 8. It goes 4-3. California and Tampa. California 7. Tampa 3. And we do have Tampa over 8.5. And California scored late because again I was like really close to it, and then boom. The Mets 6. Pitt 3. Kansas City 2. The White Sox nothing. Kansas City's hot. San Diego 7. Milwaukee 3. Musgrave with the 6.29 ERA wins. Atlanta 6. Houston 1. Now that's not as surprising. What did I have? See, I had Houston over 10. The Alberghetti, the pitcher on Houston, gives up 6 runs. But Aaron Brummer with a 5 ERA only gives up 1 to Houston. So Houston's not hitting. But Atlanta's playing strong. St. Louis, we hit 3-1 over Oakland. Sonny Gray shuts them out. I think we have this. Yeah, that was a good one. The Cubbies, Arizona. We didn't play this one. Cubbies win 3-2. I didn't play this one. That's surprising. Seattle 9, Cincinnati 3. I have Cincinnati over, and it goes 9-3. Again, 2 bad pitchers, and we get the over 8.5 there. So that's what we expected. The Washington game, the Seattle. What gets us is the Philadelphia game, 2-1. You're looking at that, and you can't figure out those scores because these are high ERA pitchers. Philly, Colorado. You have the Minkus 1-0 with the 6.43, and Jake Bird 0-1 with the 4.66, and you get a 2-1 game. I mean, that you can't explain. So anyway, so that's what happened yesterday. So we get a feel for today. I believe in streaks. I believe when teams are hot, I want to play them, provided I get the pitchers. Detroit 4, Texas 2 in the 9th inning. I'm rooting for Texas. All right. So Colorado, Philly. Philly wins 2-1 yesterday. Austin Comer 0-0 with the 5 ERA against Ranger Suarez 2-0 with the 2. So let's go Philadelphia. But I don't like the way they're hitting, so I'm just gonna take them. But I'm not going over, even though this looks more like a Philly. Frisco and Miami, that we played over 8.5, didn't get there. Today, now Jordan Hicks 2-0 with a 1 ERA against Ryan Weathers 1-1 with a 2.57. Now, because it was low scoring yesterday, we are going to go under in this game today. San Fran 5 unit. Now, we've got two teams that aren't hitting, and we got yesterday we had weak pitching. We couldn't get there. Today we got good pitching, and I expect not to be high scoring. So, again, this is looking at yesterday's game going, they're not hitting. Why would they hit today? Right? So there we go. So I'm assuming Miami's 3-14. Jesus. California, Tampa played an over. That was our 5-star winner. LA 8-8, Tampa 9-8, Tampa 145 and 8 over under. Jose Soriano 0-2 with a 6.30 for California. Aaron Savalier 2-1 with a 2.12 for Tampa. Let's check him out. So Chevalier should just keep him to 1 and run, and the Soriano only goes 3 or 4 innings and gets knocked out of the game. So let's look for Tampa. This did go over, so Tampa's bullpen will be okay. But now, based on the pitching, Tampa should run out to a 3-4-0 lead by the third inning. What gets me confused is when California goes out to the 3-0 lead, and you're going, but their pitcher sucks and our pitcher's good. And what the matchup is? Maybe he throws slider, they don't hit it, or a fastball, or whatever pitch. Is it a good matchup for him? We'll see. But let's go Tampa Bay here. See, now that we're 17, 18 games into it, I'm more confident. What I see Chevalier, yes, 3 good games. Soriano, 3 lousy games. So now I have a feel for it. So the first game, they're getting used to it. They haven't pitched a lot. It's spring training. Now they start. And the second start, now by the third start, you kind of know, okay, what they're doing. So that's what we like. The Yanks in Toronto, no scoring in this one. I had the Yanks over 8.5 yesterday. Didn't get there. Yanks 12-5, Toronto 9-8. Good team. Toronto's favored by 120. Carlos Rodon 1-0 with the 2.87, and Yusi Kazuki 0-1 with the 2.30. Let's go under here. Yankees go under 8.5. Now, they had 2 lousy pitchers, and they didn't go over 8.5 yesterday. So now you have 2 good pitchers, a 2.87 and a 2.30 ERA, and they didn't go over yesterday. They shouldn't go over today. So it's 8.5. That's what it was yesterday. So definitely like under in this game. Again, we'll see. But the basis and the fundamental is we got a 2.87 pitcher against a 2.30. Granted, it's 3 or 4 games into it. Logically, this should stay under, and they're not hitting. Cleveland and Boston. Cleveland, they won 7-0. Cleveland 11-5. Boston 9-8. Cleveland's a 105 favorite. Over under 8. Tanner Bibby 1-0 with the 5.95 for Cleveland, and Garrett Whitlock 1-0 with the 1.26. Boston should win just because they got there. Oakland in 4 innings gave up 3 runs against Minnesota and 5. Boston, and then let's look at Whitlock. Okay, he's played 3 games. 5 innings against Seattle, 1 run. 5 innings against California, no runs. And 5 innings against Baltimore, 1 run. So he's good, but he's good for an easy Boston bet. We're going to take Boston because Pitt against the Mets. Bobby's going to play for both teams today. Pitt 11-6. The Mets 8-8. Pitt 105, 7.5 low total. Pitt lost yesterday to the Mets. Check the score yesterday. In this game, the Mets won 6-3. So let's see. Hello. So the Mets won yesterday, and Pitt's favored, and it looks even. One about the 3, 4, 5, 7. I'm going to go over here. About being stoic on Sunday, it was a 7.5 game, and both pitchers sucked, and they ended up scoring like 11 runs in the game. And that's where you're stoic. Like looking at 2 weak pitchers, how the hell are you only going to get 7.5? See, they were not looking. See, and go, wow, they don't have hitters. Yeah, but if they have weak pitchers, the hitters are still major league hitters are going to hit. They just have trouble against good pitchers, and that's the problem here. So it's not get 7.5 runs, and you scored like 9 or 10 yesterday. So this is a good one to go over with the METS Mets, Jets. KC and Chicago. We had KC yesterday, and it won. We've got Brady Singer 2-0 with an 0.98 against Jonathan Cameron 0-0 and an 0-0. Chicago's 2-14 this year. Holy shit. All right, this guy. So it's deceiving when they got everybody out. And the truth is, it should say NA, not OOO, because he really hasn't done anything. So we're going to take Kansas City again. Brady's Casey's hot. 11 in there, especially this guy's not pitched at all this year, I don't think. San Diego, Milwaukee. Dylan Cease, love him. 1-1